Speaking of lit, people will soon be able to walk with an open container in an area of Atlanta. City Council just approved an open container district for South Downtown. Let's get more from Gilat Melamed.
Our cocktails are legit.
And pretty soon, those drinks Amina Johnson is making won't have to stay inside Tide Tate Kitchen. Next month, people will be able to walk around with alcohol in this area of downtown.
We think it's a good idea. It will bring a lot of business.
The Atlanta City Council approved the open container district Monday.
The intent is to make downtown a destination, and by keeping people out here and activating our city streets, we can continue to do so by making it easier for people to have a good time.
Councilman Jason Dozier, who sponsored the ordinance, believes this area of downtown specifically would benefit from open container rules because businesses and new developments are scattered as opposed to contained areas like nearby Centennial Yards. I asked if he had any concerns such as littering or crowd control issues.
The fact that we really haven't been issuing a ton of citations for open container violations already, I don't foresee a situation where this is going to create adverse effects.
Johnson thinks the new district can build on the growth she already sees here.
There is a lot of construction happening around and a bit more businesses coming to the area.
While this will be in effect in time for the World Cup, Dozier says the goal is to revitalize this part of downtown well beyond the final match.
I want to make sure people are still coming to South Downtown and spending their money in a part of our city that has long needed that investment.
All right, Gilat Melamed reporting there. This goes into effect April 15th, is set to end next year on January 31st. Councilman Dozier says the city will be collecting data to decide whether to make it permanent. So, Joe Reams, it sounds like just another one of those things that is going to be here conveniently in time for the World Cup. And I think South Downtown, all those places walking distance to Mercedes-Benz.
They really are, less than a mile away. And we've been doing some stories on South Downtown and the redevelopment in that area. It's wild to think 5-10 years ago, you would not believe what was, one, going in South Downtown, that Centennial Yards area, and then two, that they're experimenting with some of these things like open container laws in that district specifically. There's so much construction going on. If you've traveled that area between Capitol, federal buildings, and local government buildings and the bins, you've probably noticed all those orange cones. You've probably heard all the jackhammers and construction equipment going on. This is going to be really interesting to see in the next 3 months or so, Dan, just what's going to go in there and how people will receive it, both before, during, and after the World Cup.
Well, look, if you've ever tailgated for a Falcons game, you know it's practically open container land down there anyways, with folks walking to and from the stadium. Now, it almost seems like you're just helping out the businesses that are down there serving people.
Yeah, and this is not, it doesn't include Mercedes-Benz, but it's pretty much the MARTA, Five Points MARTA and Garnet stations, kind of that area is the big part, but it's right next door. I mean, no one's tailgating right at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You're tailgating a little bit away. You're walking in a little bit, like.
Yeah, it gives you time to walk off.
It gives you time to walk it off. You know, you have a little time to mingle, to hit up those businesses. We've seen this in other towns and cities across the country that have in the past few years been pushing for more open container districts, and for the businesses, it's a huge success. I'm interested in seeing and how they're going to do this. I've seen some places where it's you get a cup with a sticker on it, and that's how you can. Only those cups are the ones that can walk around outside with an open container. So,
yeah, patrolling this, is really going to be interesting. I know there has been a lot more police presence in that area. There certainly will be for major events like the World Cup coming here. So we'll see how it's enforced. We'll see if people behave. Please behave. And we'll see if people will, again, be very receptive to this idea of making South Downtown and downtown Atlanta more of a destination, somewhere to go and stay a while.
It's exciting to think about. Joe, good conversation. Thank you, sir.